Hi, my name is Melissa van Dijk. Now, can you use your retinol and AHA/BHA peeling solution together? Now, my suggestion would be keep them separate. Use your peeling solution once per week or less often, and then on the other days your retinol to avoid irritation. And of course, you need to adjust the frequency of your retinol as well, because it depends on the strength that you're using, the overall formulation, and your skin tolerance. So to demonstrate this in an example routine, like what your week could look like, I came up with example routines to represent this and that you have a visual guide in mind. So let's get started with the first evening skincare routine when using your exfoliating acid mask, since this is when you're supposed to use it in the evening. And as you can see right here, this would be then the example routine. Now I'm going to go over it step by step, but of course, as always, if you want to later on go over it again in your own time, you want to save the example routines, you will be able to find the link of the PowerPoint in the description box down below. So on the top corner we have the time of use. You can see I've picked Sunday. So let's imagine that on Sunday this would be your exfoliating acid mask day, and I've picked the ordinary peeling solution because that one is quite famous. Now of course, if you should have a peeling solution that's similar to the one from the Ordinary but it's from a different brand, you can still follow the same guide based on how you would then use it and based on how you would combine it and when you should use it. So you can see below that the steps as well as the example products that I have picked, and below the boxes you will find the overall general guide of how you should use the individual products. Now I want to keep my focus towards the exfoliating acid mask and retinol. So since this is your evening skincare routine, you want to make sure that you're going to get started with the first step, which is washing your face. So please do not apply the exfoliating acid mask on top of your sunscreen and or makeup. Make sure to properly remove this at first and then move on to the application of the peeling solution. So in general, avoid exfoliating acid cleansers. Therefore, you can see I've picked regular cleansers. So depending on your skin type, you would then pick it to remove an excess oil, dirt, sweat, light sunscreen or makeup. Or for heavy sunscreen and makeup, you would then work with an oil or balm cleanser. And so then in general, you should get the idea to properly wash your face, to take everything properly off the skin, rinse it off, and then take a clean towel and gently pat all over to remove the remaining water drops on the skin surface. Now, since the exfoliating acid mask is quite strong, my suggestion would be wait 5 minutes in between for your skin to dry so that it is less irritating on the skin. Once you have waited that time in between, you then can head into the application of the peeling solution. Now keep in mind, it is an exfoliating acid mask which needs to be rinsed off. So once you have applied it evenly and thinly all over, avoiding your eye area, maybe along the nose and your lips, then you're going to leave it on the skin for no more than 10 minutes. And then after that, you're going to rinse it off with just water. My suggestion would be using lukewarm water so it feels comfortable on the skin, but there's no cleanser needed. The mask comes off quite easily just by using water. And then again, go ahead, grab a towel and gently pat the skin dry. Now then, once you're done with the exfoliating acid mask part, my suggestion afterwards would be just working with hydration afterwards. So this can be an hydrating toner, essence or serum, and or maybe then following with your moisturizer. So this can be either one of them or maybe both. And then you're going to apply it to the skin and then leave it on the skin. There's no need to wash it off. And then this would be the setup of your evening skincare routine when working with your exfoliating acid mask. Now keep in mind, as the frequency, we are working with it just on Sunday, so this can be once per week or maybe every second Sunday, depending on your overall skin tolerance. Then when it comes to the example routine, when working with your retinol, well then this is what a routine would look like. So again, on the top corner you have your evening skincare routine, since the retinol needs to be used in the evening. Below that you have a frequency guide, then the benefits of your retinol, then the steps, and below the general guide. Now I went ahead and I gave you an example of the frequency when using your retinol. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and or Friday. So you may notice that you're using the peeling solution on Sunday, and then you basically have a gap or break where you're not using your peeling solution or your retinol, and then this would be on Saturday, so the day just before using the peeling solution, and Monday. So Saturday and Monday are the days where you're not using any of them, but then on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, this is when working with your retinol. Now this overall general frequency guide can be adjusted. So you can see the little dot next to it. You can see the same little dot next to the strength where if you should have a 0.2% retinol, 0.5, something like CeraVe's resurfacing or renewing retinol because they have a low percentage as well, and even Paula's Choice 0.3. Like those are the examples that I've picked, but you should get the idea. With lower strength of retinol, 0.2, 0.3, 0.5, you can go ahead and follow this frequency if that's fine for your skin. However, when it comes to the 1% strength, those are usually a bit more intense on the skin, so the risk of experiencing irritation is much greater. This is where I've put like a sign next to it, basically telling you that you have to be cautious. So this frequency then can easily lead to irritation. Therefore, when checking the frequency guide below, you can see it has this little sign next to it again. And then with the lower strength, you can start off by using it 2 to 3 times per week. And then as the skin builds tolerance, this is where you're going to move up higher if that's fine for your skin, except for the day when using your peeling solution, of course. But if you have higher strength of retinol, this is where I recommend starting off by using it 1 to 2 times per week, especially if you should have a treatment like Paula's Choice 1% retinol treatment, which is quite intense, where using it that often in the very beginning can easily increase the risk of experiencing irritation. So you need to balance it. The slower you start, the more you figure out what frequency works the best for you, the more you can balance it and respond to it accordingly. If you just should come across the slightly stinging or burning, then you're not going to experience like the severe irritations that you can get when using it too often immediately. But nonetheless, you should get the idea of the evening skincare routine with washing your face, then moving on to your retinol application, and then as an optional step you can follow on with your moisturizer, which of course depends on the retinol that you are currently using. If you are working with a formulation that feels hydrating enough, there's no need to use a moisturizer. If you come across dryness, you have already a drier skin type, well then of course you can go ahead and adjust it and use a moisturizer afterwards. So you will find all the general guide tips below when going through it and when then recreating this routine. Now, as already mentioned, the peeling solution would then be used in the evening, your retinol as well, just on different days. So what are you going to do when it comes to the morning skincare routine? Well, for the morning skincare routine, I just went with a recommended morning skincare routine, which basically includes the essential steps that you shouldn't forget, which is first of all washing your face with your favorite cleanser, suitable for your skin type, and then protecting the skin with a sunscreen throughout the day if you have sun exposure. Not only because of the damaging UV rays, but because due to the retinol and the peeling solution, the skin becomes more sensitive towards the sun. Therefore, sun protection is essential. It may not be needed when staying indoors, but you should get the idea that if you have sun exposure, this is an essential step. Of course, if you have other products that you usually like to use in the morning as well, you can put them in between, but this is what you shouldn't forget. Then this would basically wrap up the 2 evening example routines as well as an essential morning skincare routine. Below that, again, you can see the summary that you should not use the peeling solution and your retinol in the same routine. Do not do this. This can really increase sensitivity. And below that, you will find more information about retinol and retinoids, such as how they properly work when applying them to the skin, if you can use it during pregnancy. Generally speaking, ask your doctor for it, but usually it's not recommended. And then if you should use sunscreen with your retinol or retinoids, yes, however not in the evening. So in the evening there's no sunscreen needed, only use it throughout the day if you have sun exposure. And then below that you will find the skincare product descriptions, so the products that I have emphasized in my examples. If you're interested in them, you want to know what they do, for whom they are suitable, well, there you will find the entire list. And below that you will find the general skincare tips, which I have already emphasized when going over the example routine. So this is primarily just for you to read in your own time, so that when applying your products to the skin, that you will have a comfortable experience when doing this at home. And so this is primarily what I wanted to share with you. I do hope that you enjoyed this video, that you find it helpful. Don't forget, again, you can download the entire PowerPoint in the description box down below. If you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up as well as share it. If you enjoy my videos, you want to support my channel as I'm an independent YouTuber, feel free to leave a tip by clicking on the super thanks button below or check out the PayPal link in the description box. Now, if if you now want to learn more about the skincare products that I've just emphasized, you want to see the application, I'm going to leave some of them at the end of this video so that you can keep on watching and learn more about it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon in the next one. Happy skincaring. Bye.